Hey, welcome to another edition of Code Clashing. Um, it's gonna be a hit or a miss. I've been doing a little bit of clashing already today and haven't been doing so good. So we'll see if I can do a little better. Um, if not, I am getting close. I'm less than 100 clashes away from that legendary badge. So that's really the end game. We can check that out real quick. Let's see. So I think I was at like 411. So finally starting to do some puzzles too, but that'll be the next thing. And still working on the playground, of course. That's an ongoing project in all the languages, Java, C++, and Python. But anyways, if we go down to clashes, I am at 414. So what is that, 86? All right, so a few to go before I get that badge. But oh, and here we go. So oh, what? Oh, okay. So oh, Carpin made it in here too. Let's see. What? Okay, so I know how to error check for a couple of them, but oh man, what is this? This looks like a problem for zip. I'm already not a fan. Let's see. Alright, well, we can go ahead and take care of that to get some points. Oh, no, actually, most of the time I just do Python. Um, Now, for the puzzles, let's see. The puzzles, yeah, I just switched the languages. That's how I've gotten all those other. I have no idea how to use Kotlin. Like I did the Mars lander where you just have to adjust one thing and then you're good. Then you pass the test. So, but no, mostly it's Python. I do some Java and I do C++, but not very well. Like Python is it's a whole lot easier. Let's see. Or less than. Let's see. One or height less than. Else, gonna need a return string. Let's see. I guess that is. Let's see. Now to make a wave, given that h is the height of the graph and w defines the horizontal range of the graph. Hmm. Okay. Yeah, I'm thinking. Wait, an invalid height. What does that mean? Oh, it must be odd. So, is that a? Oh, whoops. I mean, we get a few points just for checking those, but yeah. So if it's an even height, it's invalid. as far as actually drawing the wave, like we would have to make a 2D array or a list of lists and then populate it. Well, actually thinking about it that way, so if we had some padding, so the first line would be a little space padding of like width divided by 2 minus 1, because you want to get the midpoint, and then like some space pad or whatever padding is. Like in this instance it's space, but the other one, like the very first one's period. So you would add a padding of whatever that variable is, and then the star, and then more padding, then continue to create that process until the star reaches the width. So you would almost have to pre-calculate that. If you look at, wait, no, something like this, you're starting at the middle. Thanks for the follow, most. Welcome, welcome. We're just kind of stumbling through this, so I don't know if I'm going to get it. I've got the error cases, so we've got, if it's invalid, we at least get that. So, but trying to think without using zip, because I'm not familiar with. Oh well, maybe now's the time. Let me look that up. Python zip. Oh. Thanks for the follow, Dark Slayer. Welcome. So I'm looking up zip. I know that's a way to, uh, if it'll search. Let's see. Yeah, I think I'd almost rather just try to muddle through with. So basically, my thinking is we've got, if we're looking at the test cases, we always know that we're going to be printing, or our return string or whatever we print out is going to be of width. So if we get to these bigger ones, we've got 99. So, ooh. So I'm thinking if we're going to continue to print a pattern, we're going to need spacing of whatever the second character is, then our target, or then our star or first variable, then more padding based off of the width. Oh man, that is tricky, because then the height, oh, it looks like one of the bots is getting it. 66%. Okay, so it's a matter of figuring out, based on your height, how do you change the padding accordingly. So I guess let's look at, so you need to continue printing in this fashion, where the stars go up. So you would need to construct that first line with a star at half of width, and then see, that's, I don't know. So we'd have return string, and then for num in range height. So you would build it as a list of lists. You need to do 2D array. No, can't do that. Lists of lists. And then you would append. So we would construct a list based on padding and the char. And let's see. Oh, what's up, Jay? Welcome to the stream. Struggling to figure out how to make this work, but I'm thinking I'm not gonna even be able to do it. Carpen's still going. They usually, of course, they do Ruby, so it might not make a lot of sense. Hmm. So then you'd have padding, just an empty string, and then just how you would calculate that. It's like with a 99 width, you would almost need to modulo how long it takes to do a full, like a full rotation. So from here, and actually maybe not even that, like here. You know what? We're gonna just go ahead and start another clash. We'll let that one peter out. So. I guess I'll go ahead and submit it. I'm not. I throw in the towel. I'm not gonna figure that out. However, I mean, if it does, let's see, it does get the invalids, so that's fine. We'll see what they have for the bot. Oops. Yeah, I don't. Fill, empty. Nah, I have no clue. Let's try another one. Here we go. Alright, so bank robber is about to break into a bank. Been informed will arrive in C seconds before blowing the safe. Robber speaks to the civilians. What? Okay. Cool. So we're calculating a few times here. So the first thing would be, well, we're putting it all in a big if else or if LF else statement. So, if we are able to succeed in a spectacular way, so that's, if we have twice as much time, let's see, there's enough time to give the same speech, so we need to calculate speech time and then figure out what all these cryptic variables are. We've got C, words per minute, P, and T. So C, so if speech time is less than 2 times P, right? Or no, C, for cops. There we go. Lump that in some parentheses. Print spectacular. Elif. I think it'd be less than or equal to, because it's still within. Let's see. C, print success, else, print busted. So we have our 3 conditions. We just need to calculate our speech time and then compare it. So let's see. Before blowing the safe, the robber speaks to the civilians in the room. On average, he says, how many words per minute? Okay. So I'm thinking punctuation. Just like that. So whatever would end a sentence. And then we're going to need, so let's see. Once he's done with his speech, he needs T seconds until he is ready to leave again. So speech time at some point is going to include T for time. So, uh, so whenever a sentence is encountered, so already, let's see, S is a speech. All right, so S list equals S dot split. That'll give us separate word items, and then we'll do a for loop after speech time is declared. So for item in S list, so basically every word in the robber's speech. Also, let's see, on average he says words per minute. So I'm thinking, regardless of this, we have a word count for the length of S dot list. So speech time, we could even put it here, speech time equals, let's see, and actually we should probably put this before the for loop, because the for loop is going to determine when we have a sentence, and then for every sentence we're going to add that p or whatever it is, yeah, p seconds after the sentence. But we first need to calculate the initial speech time as words per minute based on the length. So length s list divided by, or no, words per minute. So that's how many minutes. And again, we're going to need to, or we also need to remember. Okay, so it's the length of it, and then words per minute would give us how many minutes, right? Because if we had 500 words and we can do 100 words a minute, we got 5 minutes. So divided by WPM, and then are we doing it in seconds? In seconds. So then we would just do times 60. You know, get everything uniform. So there's the base speech time. Might have to change it, but then so actually wait, I think I'm doing the punctuation thing wrong. We could do if that in item or in item or so if any of these are encountered, that means we have a new sentence, so now we need to tack on p seconds. So plus equals p, and then we add t. Okay, actually, let's see how close we get with that. So dramatic, busted, spectacular. Okay, so this is wrong. There's something here. So if we look at, so this is just success, whereas we put out spectacular, I believe. Yeah. So maybe we're not inclusive with that. No. I could see them testing the exact corner case, but so the robber has enough time. Let's see the test case again. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we have 11 sentences. Let's just jot that down and just we have that. Okay. So we have 11 sentences in this first one, and what is all that other stuff? So this is the total time. And this is words per minute. So I'm thinking that might be part of where I have a problem. Like if I'm, because in the example earlier I was saying, if we've got 500 words and they do speak 100 words a minute, then it's 500 divided by 100, and then that's 5 minutes. Then times 60 because we're dealing with seconds. Order of operations shouldn't matter with this because we're trying to do the division first. So we're trying to find out how many minutes based on the length of the words. I wish they had let's look at the small talk one. I think that's one actually oh. Oh, because he needs 213 seconds. And yeah, okay. So he has 214 seconds until the cops come. He does 130 words per minute, which doesn't matter because he's only saying one word. But it takes 1 second after. So this is the corner case. It's going to be 214 seconds. And then the time that it takes. So whatever this is, as long as this is a positive value, it's going to push that over the threshold. So, oh, jeez. Okay. Okay. So, let's see what we're getting for speech time. 131. I wish we could see what there is, because I'm thinking, I'm just calculating the speech wrong. So I'm thinking it's this part, words per minute. I'm just not understanding that. Also, we don't need this anymore, since I thought about it the other way. Like if we have a period, a question mark, or an exclamation point, then it's going to be a sentence. So, let's see. So without that, spectacular. Oh, got it. Minus T. Because he only needs that once. Is that why it's... No, it's still... There's enough time to give the same speech again before leaving. So yeah, so that doesn't include the time. Because once he's done with his speech, then he has the T. So you're just adding T once. But to figure the spectacular case... So again, I think we're just not calculating this or this correctly. So P... Let's see. So after every sentence... Yeah, it doesn't matter because if any of the items or the words have a trailing punctuation, then we're adding the time needed. And that catches the last one too. So by default, that should be okay. So, I'm just seeing spectacular for all of them. So yeah, somewhere calculating this wrong. Like, so how long it takes him to say... Man, there's just so many moving parts. And even here, I have spectacular, but it should be busted. So, I mean, I really don't think that would... No. Although that's troubling because even when I took out the 60 seconds, it's still false positives to spectacular. So, regardless, maybe it's not. No, but then. And actually, this would be two times speech time minus t. Because we're including the t in there already. So let's see. I don't think I'm going to get this one either. And this is why my rank has been steadily falling. So, that's okay. I'm really going for the badge. Yeah. Okay. Let's actually just do... Because... Okay. Oh, man. We're just missing one. We got 20 seconds. I think I'm going to hit the 75 like these. No, that's not enough time to change anything. So, yeah. I'm something... That's got to be, like, right on the edge. Let's go ahead and submit that. But, um... let's see. Oh, we got 50. We didn't even get the 75. Let's see. Let's see a good code. So there's no converting words per minute to... No, 60. Wait a minute. 60 divided by... Hmm. Well, and then there's the similar check. That looks almost exactly the same as what we had. You know, you're adding the... for punctuation or sentences. And then S1... What is... S plus T. Okay, so they're adding the time once. Now, if... Hmm. So really, this is the only thing that I see that's different, is 60 divided by words per minute. This equals... Yeah. So I don't know. I just wasn't understanding the words per minute part. That's okay. So, yeah, if we look at... These are not going good. 3 out of 4, 5 out of 8. No, haven't had any... Oh, that one filled up quick. Or? No? Let's see, where's everyone from? I think this is a bot. But nice. Alright, fastest with a lot smaller description. We might have a chance here. With K sides, you roll the dice n times. What is the probability that you always roll number 1? Oh. Print n divided by k times 100. No. One side. Alright. So yeah, if it's a two-sided die, so basically a coin, you got a 50 chance. But then, however times... What? Oh, right. So it's like... If you flipped a coin so many times, you multiply that across. So first you find this, like the base part. So for like a... It's really weird though, like a six-sided. So that's a normal dice. So for a six-sided die, you have a 1 in 6 chance, but then you multiply 1 in 6 times itself 17 times, and then that's how you get. So basically, it rounds to that. So dang, I already got it. Let's see. So, oh, let's do it this way. Where are we at? Okay. So we'll do probability equals something. This is where we'll do that. And then gonna print prob plus percent. So we'll get the formatting down. And then, what is this? Float string. That's right. Cast it. Okay. So yeah, we're calculating it wrong. Really low chance. Let's look at easy. So easy, it's a two-sided die, so again, it's a coin, but it's 3 times. So it's like a half of a half of a half. Yeah, 12. So it's 1/2 times 1/2 times 1/2. So translating that into so then it'd be 1 divided by k times itself n times. So it'd be 1 divided by k to the n times 100. Let's see. Do we break it? Oh, is that... Okay, we're getting close. Now what is... So the really low chance, so we've got 6, so a 1 in 6 chance, 17 rolls. Let's see. That you will always roll a number 1? Yeah, so really low chance would be a 1 in 6 chance, 17 times. So I think this is just a rounding. So if we did a, let me look that up real quick. So it's basically a Python format, 1 decimal place. And then it's going to be string.format, a number, oh no, it's print that single, what's going on here? There we go. Dot format. Ah. So still has everything else, or no? Wait, why is it? Divided by 10? No. Oh, man. I think I broke the other ones. It only gets the easy one. Alright, so another way to go about this. Let's take this back out. We'll just throw this down there somewhere. So we have that idea. And if we were just doing string, then we get the other test cases back. So, and then... So something like that. Yeah, e to the... round. Oops. And then what we could also do, let's first declare prob as a float. Let's see if that fixes it. Yeah, it doesn't, because it rounds it to... Let's see. Python round to nearest 10th. No, that's the round to the nearest 10. What? Okay, so there can be two parameters in round. Let's try that. No. Number of digits. That work? Okay. Fastest. It's rather slow. Oh, and we still only got a 75. Not a fan. That's annoying. I feel like if you pass all the test cases in the thing, although I guess as I say that, you really should have scalable solutions, but yeah, string, round. One divided by k. So yeah, there's the probability raised to the exponent of how many times you do it. So it's almost the exact same thing we had, only the round was different. Yeah, we've got the probability raised to the exponent of the n times 100. I mean, unless that should have been there, but if that made a difference like that, really the only difference between our solution and theirs was this. And then the order of this. But the order of operations, it really doesn't matter. I mean, in fact, I'd almost feel like that would cause it to break if you're multiplying by the 100. Oh, well, no, never mind. They've got parentheses separating out the actual probability. Uh-oh, we losing... I hope this stream doesn't get chopped. It's starting to lag. Alright, let's see. So that was it. The 1 as the second parameter to the round function. Let's see what once mozzarella did. Yep, so they calculated the answer, same thing. You take the probability raised to the n, multiply it by 100, and then it was just that. You know, if we just had 1 instead of 3. Is that really? Let's see. Looks like they did a similar thing probably, but we can't tell. So, and... Well, actually, I think these are real people. Usually you can tell the bots if they're level 7, and you get to kind of recognize them after a while. But, yeah. That's still a clash. We're going on not even an hour, so let's keep trudging along. They're starting to get a little more bearable. All right, let's try to invite. Nice, a Carpin jumped in, and then oh no, there's sometimes he's on. I don't remember who this is. Yeah, why not? We'll invite him. At least invite him once, and then just leave this open a lot. No. It'll also show you as online and clashing. Okay. Alright. Nice. These all look like real people. Oh, I made it refresh. Oh. Okay, here we go. Another fastest and somewhat short description. Let's see. Draw a R radius circle in a center of n by n character matrix. If cell's distance from center is equal or less to R. Let's look at some of this. Alright. Well. Okay, so looking like we're going to have to do an absolute value based on the radius. Calculate the distance. So literally for every point, we're going to have to calculate the distance from in the center of an n by n character matrix. Okay. For num in range n, for num2 in range n, list of lists, list, oh no, list dot append, equals 0, y equals 0. Alright, so we're going to pay attention to let's see. So if distance is less than radius append the pound sign, else append that, and then once it's all said and done with that one, lol append list. There we go. Oh, I got a closed Stack Overflow. It keeps making me think. It's got a bar across the top that looks like my stream's lagging. I really hope that's not the case, because when it does that, then it gets chopped into two, and then I gotta upload 2 videos to the YouTubes. So distance equals 0. Alright, so we're gonna have to calculate the distance from current from the center. And the center would be, oh man, they already got it. So let's see. Oh, then that's just formatting. So once we print it out, let's do like a return string equals an empty string. So for now, we're just trying to get the grid and whether they're either periods or pound signs. So, and also we need to reinitialize the list. Okay, so first we got to find the midpoint, and if we're at 0, 0 up here, and then n minus 1, n minus 1, I think 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. So then this is 0, 1, 2, 2, 2. So mid x equals n minus 1 divided by 2. Let's see, oops. And mid y equals, pretty sure. Let's see. Let's just print it out to see. So that's 2, 2, so 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2. Yep. Then here, oh. So we got 11. So it'd be 5, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 0. Yeah, so I think we're good. So this is at 5, 5. This would be at 9, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, cool. So we've got our midpoint. Now we have to calculate the distance for every... Oh, wow. Everybody's getting done before me. That's okay. Finishing. That's all that counts, right? Not really. That's why I'm ranked almost 2,000 again. I was down to almost 1,000. Alright, so... for every one of these, distance equals... Let's see. So the actual distance is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So what we're looking for is square root of a squared plus b squared, right? Because then that's the hypotenuse, that's the distance. And if that distance is less than or equal to, and I'm not sure if it'll be equal to on this one or not for drawing these, but I mean, if it's less than the radius, then it becomes a pound sign because it's within that circle. So, let's see, and to specify this further, a equals absolute value of x2 minus x1, right? And then same thing for b. Okay, which we have those. So, and then we do math.pow to the, you can either do it that way or you can do the double star to the 0.5. So distance equals, so absolute value of x minus mx squared. Oh, I guess we don't need the absolute value because whatever we're squaring, we're going to turn it positive that way. So plus y minus squared. Now all of that, math.pow, .5. Why? One more positional arguments. So that. Okay. And we need to increment at the end So this is the x plus equals 1. And then once we're out of that, x equals 0 and y plus equals 1. Okay. Then let's go ahead and print list of lists. Okay. Equal to. There we go. So I think that's got it. Now we just got to format. So, for item in LOL, for item 2 in item, return string plus equals item 2 space no, we'll do line, and then return string. So there we go. So return string plus equals line to the -1. You could print it, you could do the joins, but it wants you to add an extra space. So the formatting, I mean, you could do that, you could join all the elements and then put a space in, but I think this is just kind of an easier way to think about it, like see it all laid out. But you could. I mean, once you have it in this part, once it's all calculated and everything, let's see. And then let's see, so we got that. Let's see how close we're at there. What are we printing again? So we don't need that. Found nothing. Oh, right. Line. Okay. There we go. And now we need to chop that off at the -1. Yeah, I just do it this way because it's easier for me to visualize and see. So, but yeah, you can, I mean, I'm sure there's a couple of different ways that once you have the 2D array calculated, and I know we're not doing it very fast. We got it. We figured it out. This is just easier for me that way, but we can take a look at some of the other solutions. Finally, 100% too. But let's look at, here's a Python 3. So, so they're printing it row by row, but they're adding, let's see, where are they putting in the space? Because we've got that, so that's how they're building, and they calculate whether the distance is within that. Okay, and they're using i's and j's. If it's less than or equal to radius, do that. But I don't get it. Yeah, I think you're right. I think that means it puts spaces, like space padding, but that's such a specific situation. I don't know. But yeah, I guess maybe that. Oh, because it's like when you do one variable, comma, a second variable, comma, a third variable, I think it puts those spaces in. So I think you get the same thing. You achieve the same thing with a star. Okay. Well, that's pretty clever. Let's see, did anyone else? This is more what I was thinking of is the join. So if you put the space here, although they also have a star, and then they have a separator with a new line. That's so they have a few other different things going on here. But here's yeah, there's the distance calculation, another I and J. So I guess I'm the weird one out doing X's and Y's, but that's fine. I mean, that's how I learned 2D arrays was I and J, the inner loop and outer loop. But okay, so here they're initiating as all periods, and then they're changing it. Cool. If you want to see something to make your brain hurt, look at Carpins. They're really good with the Ruby. They got this down to. Yeah. Eventually, I want to learn Ruby, but for now, I'm good with Python. Now let's see. Okay. Well, that's some weird. Okay, so here they're not sure what the end's doing again. I've seen that before a lot, but this is just adding that space in, and then if it's not, then once it is equal to the end one, don't add the space. So we did that on mine with chopping off. It's so much lengthier. So chopping off that, that's how I achieved that. So again, that's just personal preference. I like to see it like explained out. So I guess you know industry code. Yeah, and then the very end is to avoid that new line, and then but how they do it here, forcing a new line at the end there, and then they're just printing each line as you go. Okay, so cool. All right, let's go for another. And they didn't want to share the code. That's alright. See if Carpenter. It took a while to explain that or talk about that one. Let's see. Nice, they made it. Let's pull this over. I often forget you can't see that. I gotta look at the screen and see. You can't see all of what's on this and up. Alright. So already I'm thinking it's the weights of the word, the highest scoring word. So does that mean we're going to have to. It's not the longest word, because those are equal lengths, all three of these. Yeah, I think it's the weight of the word. So this one has a W. Oh, that one's got a U and a V and a T now. Let's see. Let's see if I can find. Make alphabet dictionary. Mm. Oh, here we go. I can just borrow it. Oh, dang it. Well, we can get most of it. There's a much easier way to do this, but for now, I'm gonna do it this way because we're on a time budget. Wow, they spread everything out. That's annoying. This equals. Oh, and then it's not. Well, whatever. We can fix that. U V. What's going on? Wait a minute, that's not even right. T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Oh, you know what? I have it right here. The encryption algorithms. You can just rip off one of the dictionaries here. There you go. Boom. Alright, so we have letter points, and then we're going to do totes. 0. Max total. Return word. Alright, so char in row, totes plus equals alpha dictionary of char. If totes is greater than max total, max total equals totes, and then return word equals row. Print return word. Also, we need to reinitialize totes to 0. Let's see about that. No. So it's not that. And it's not sorting by the last letter either, because reporter Okay, now I'm starting to think it might be. So if you were to sort the longest words alphabetically, except for this one, wait, is that 3, 6, 7, 3, 6, 7? Yeah, so maybe if it's even, it's the last one. If it's odd, it's the second to last one. Because then you got 7, 3, 6, 7, and it's the second to the last one if you alphabetized a list of the longest words. So, yeah, here it's even, so it's the last one. Even, last one. Alright, so now we need to have long words equals a list. So this is all irrelevant now, I'm guessing. The actual points of the word. So, it was a guess. I think that's a bot. Yeah, I think. Maybe. So we're looking for the longest word. So now we can ignore basically. Oh, wait a minute. I got it. I don't know why. We always just have 9 words? 3, 6, 9? Okay. So in range of 9, that's how they gave it to us. That's fine. So row equals input. Watch this. I'm just going to do if len row and then max len max len equals 0. So that's how to find the max. Long words, words. Okay. There we go. For item in words, if len item equals max len long words dot append item long words dot sort. Okay, so we get that, and then if max len modulo 2 equals 0, print long words -1, oops, else print long words -2. That seems about right. Then we can just comment all the rest of this out, as well as this. Let's see where that's getting us. Why? List out of range. Okay, line 32. Oh, because for test 1, oh, I don't mind. I mean, especially getting down here to the end, you can backseat, that's fine. So, I mean, if I'm really trying to, like, if I was trying to do this for, like, ranking and stuff, I wouldn't accept help from people, but I don't mind it. So, let's see. So it's almost like we gotta sort them by length. And why is it freaking out with this one? Straight and reporter. It's 3, 6. Let's see. So this one it's getting. Let's see. So most consonants in a word, that's the thought. But let's see. And if there's equality, the first in the list. So if it's having to deal with consonants. Well, so I'm a little confused here. So in the first test, which we're failing because we found straight. Which, wait a minute, no, that's, okay. So this one, it's out of range because it's looking for trader, which is 3 6 letters, and here we have 3 6 7 letters. So, yeah, I mean, sometimes it is something like that. Like, yeah, counting vowels, counting consonants. So it's almost like we need to make a list of the 2 longest lengths of words and then sort that. Or what we could do, let me look this up real quick. We got 3 minutes. So Python sort strings by length. There we go. So rather than alphabetically, if we sort key equals length alpha, what? Key equals length. So if we did this, I've actually just did words dot sort key equals length, print words. Let's see if that's doing what I'm trying to do. So then it sorts it by length, and now Try that. Oh, whoops. And now I think rather and actually let's just do print words -2. Comment all this out. No, now I just mess it all up. Let's see. So, can at least get mostly partial in this way. And then we'll be able to see pretty quick at the end. But I'm thinking, so the first one, we get an index out of, oh, let me pull up the, yeah. So the first one, it's because I'm trying to access the second one in when we only have one. And so that makes me think that we still need to keep it as one complete list, and then we're just sorting by length. Then if we look at 5, and then still, no? Yeah, I have no idea. But, 20 seconds. Let's go ahead and submit it. Let's see what. Actually, nobody else did Python, so maybe we can figure it out based on Carpen's Ruby. So, did I even get it? Well, let's let it catch up. 60%. Alright, still second place. Alright, let's see. I have no idea what any of this means. Yo, Carpen's here. Yeah, so I have no idea what's going on, but if it works, it works. That's interesting. Let's see what the bot did. Equals E. Not sure. Contains another. Oh, well, if that's all it was, that would have been so much easier because you could have just did the reverse. So colon colon -1 in Python, and then say if this in that, and then okay. Let's see. I'm trying to think. I still don't know how to see the clash. Like once you get to this screen, does it have the clash name? No. So it's almost like if you don't. Wait, proceed? I don't know. I wish I could see the test cases. I haven't figured that part out yet. Like, if you save it, the name of the clash before you exit it, you can see. No, I don't want to share my results. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to think about that one. But that would be cool if it was. Let's go ahead and jump in another one. But oh, what I need to do. Well, since Carpen's here, we can just do it this way. I haven't been sharing the link, but that would have made a lot more sense, and that would have been a lot easier to check for. So it would just, if it's in there. Literally, Python just lets you say if it's in. So, all right, another fastest. You're given n strings of sign and calculate the homogeneous. What? I call shenanigans. Alright, so. got to count. So we'll just start off by making a count, and then the row part is easy. It's the column part that's already making my head hurt. Because again, that zip function, it's how you can manipulate 2D arrays via columns. So there's a way to do it long ways to compare columns, but for now, let's see. For each pair of adjacent characters, add one if they are identical, subtract one if they are different. So it'd be what? Why? For char in line. And then index. Oh, am I lagging? A little bit. Sorry, let's see. So 0. Start at 1 is equal to minus equals 1. That's kind of trashy. I've got code golf and all that stuff. Then you do index plus equals 1, index equals 0. So there should be a way, let's see, print out the count. So there should be a way to keep track of, let's say y equals 0. So basically what I'm saying is you gotta be careful comparing characters. Well, kind of like how I did, start at index 1 and then end at -1. Ooh, and even that's backwards because no, let's just end to -1 and then do +1. Right? Yeah. So that doesn't have us accessing characters out of bounds, but actually, you know what? We're gonna do a list of lists. List. And then there we go. So let's build the 2D array first. And once we have it all built, then we can do for j and lists. Do item. Okay. Yeah, we don't really need all that for now. So we do an inner for m2 in item. So now we're looking at each individual char. Oh. do y plus equals 1. And then in here, we could do a check if y isn't the last one, basically. So now we can do the horizontal checks as we go, but then we can also check the line below it as we go, and then just stop one line. Would we run that -1 to not get the last item? And then target equals something, and then if target let's take this out and throw this down there. Okay, so we have coordinates. So now we just got to figure out a couple of things. Now we've narrowed it down to just 2 moving parts. We got to see if we're stopping prematurely by 1 row and if we're targeting the correct one. Then there we go. So we're checking to see if it's next to the adjacent. Actually, no, that's 2 different checks. So this would be else count minus equals 1. So then, also we're going to need to do, actually these I don't think we need anymore. Now we need to keep track of for item in item, very end of this, right here, x plus equals 1. So then we're moving it along. Oh. Would that be it? Then we start reinitialize x to 0. So then it'd just be checking with the next one. And I really don't know if you can do this. Run it to the last one. We'll see. Item 2. So that's the char target. That's actually kind of backwards. Let's go ahead and okay. So doing that now. Item 2 equals target. Now here we can change target to, oh man, lagging. Target equals list of lists. Y x. Why is this? Oh, equals. So now it's plus 1. I haven't done any testing this whole time, so let's see how close we're at. Okay, when it's 0, it's good. So count is not actually changing. I guess another way we could do that. Actually, wait a minute. I want to see. Print LOL. Or no, just print item. Let's see if that actually works. And then for So it should only print the first one in 2. Oh, come on. So it's not even hitting this. So if we take this out, so yeah, I don't think you can do that. Wait a minute. Oh, that's why. Dot append. Oh, okay. So we didn't have our list of lists constructed. So now let's see if we can do that again. -1. So it's either that way we control. Oh no, what's. Okay. Also. Oh no, not there though. L equals an empty list. Let's try that again. Now, take that out. So I learned something. There we go. You can actually do that. You can slice lists. Okay, so that sets the... Now let's take this back out and see if we're actually getting the correct answer there. So, okay. So no out of bounds errors, but I don't think we're quite getting this correctly. So let's do same. Not. Alright, so, and looking at the test cases, let's find some where we would not. There we go. So test number 2, there should be a not and a same. So if we do test number 2, same, but no not. Okay. We're supposed to actually get 1 point, 2 point, minus a point, minus a point. So I think what is 2 supposed to be? 0? Yeah, because you subtract a point and then subtract a point, but you gain a point and you gain a point. So we're just not hitting that not. So we need to do... So the problem is we're trying not to get out of bounds in the row direction, but we're neglecting that whole last column. So okay, I got an idea. So let's take that back out. So it forces it to do all of them. We're gonna get an out of bounds, I think. Yeah. So we went too far. Let's do if. No, it's still. Let's see. Oh, we've got 3 seconds, 20 seconds. We didn't get that. Let's go ahead and change it back to that. So I think we at least get a couple of the tests. Or no, oh, because we're printing. Yeah, 10 seconds. Didn't quite get it, but what I was missing is I wasn't evaluating. Oh, now I don't get any of them. Oh well, whatever. Let's see. Oh, I don't get to share the code. Huh. Okay, let's look at a Python. Oh no. Did I think I glitched out of the Clash. I can't see anyone else's code. But basically, I think if I had a little more time, I think I could have got mine working, but it just wasn't hitting when it was comparing in a column fashion. So when it was comparing the columns, I was only getting half of my conditions. So I think what was going on is I wasn't, actually I'm pretty sure it was because I wasn't checking that last column because I was trying to stay in bounds with the row checks. So what I should have done is done all those checks and then at the end, you know, explicitly say check that last column for vertical matches or discrepancies. Whereas I can't view any. Oh no, I can view Ruby, which Uh, see, yeah, it's like hieroglyphs to me. You're summing something, the absolute value. Okay, so if they're equal, then you add one. Otherwise, you take one away. So that's like a really snazzy way to, yeah. Well, now I think it caught up. Yeah, now we're good. Now we can see the. For some reason, it was still tying up the clash. So I'll go ahead and share my code. You know, if anybody wants to see it. But oh yeah, because if we look back here, this is where my problem was, right here. So the inner loop, I was stopping prematurely here by one value. So I was not evaluating that last column. However, I was still evaluating each char in the row because I was making my target plus one. What I needed to do is after all of this, if I wanted to make this code work, I'm sure let's look at another Python. But I would have just had to check that last column, and then I think I would have been getting the correct values. But let's see, a Python solution. So they, hmm, yeah, here's how they did that. They handled the if it's greater than zero, so they're not testing the first row. So for the zero index of the y's, or in this case the i's, I guess. Do I have that backwards? I mean, here's the two tests. So there's a row test and a column test. This one looks like the row test. And so as long as you're past the first item in the row, then you won't get an out of bounds error and you can compare them. Um, and well, that's actually a lot cleaner way to do it. So they're taking their test or their target and they're assigning it. So every time they go through and they look at each char, they're comparing the one to the right and the one to the below it, or I guess in what you're looking at, the one below it on the camera, anyways, because I guess it's backwards. Um, but yeah, they're handling it here and here. So, oh, is that you? Nice. Yeah. So exactly what you're doing there, that's a lot cleaner than the way I did it, but similar concept. So I like it. Good job. Um, I think that would have made more sense. This is where I was getting confused. Like, because I always want to think X, Y, and then I forget you got to reverse them, and then it's like Y, X, and then. So if you're trying to adjust it to go in columns, I don't know. But um, the zip function, I've seen that used in a lot of clashes. And I think that's a way that you can get around doing checking columns, comparing or writing values or anything like that. If you do zip, you're basically manipulating a 2D array, I think. My best guess. You're doing it backwards. You're doing columns then rows. But anyways, that was a fun one. At least I'm getting kind of understanding it. So let's oh yeah, want to do around 2.5 hours. We'll see. Because I upload all of these to YouTube, and I don't like giving long videos to YouTube. Then again, I just need to invest in video editing software, and then I can make YouTube videos and then streams and keep them separate. So, oh, and Mawa is on too. We'll have to see if we can get them in on the next clash. But looks like we got you guys in, or you people. Sorry. Ah, DNA. Okay, so conditions. If something. CT. Oh no. Alright, I guess I gotta read the. I'm actually gonna steal that. Also, if you want to do commands in my stream, you can do this. This one's a fun one. So you can tell Nightbot to do a table flip. I'm gonna do this one for. I'll add that later. Okay, sorry. Back to the clashing. Someone's already testing. Oh no, someone get through in the towel. It's fine. Alright, suppose you receive the first half of the DNA as something. Make a complement of DNA where. So we're going to do DNA dictionary. And then where A equals T, C equals G to get the second half. Okay, so we're calculating that. We need to do A, not caps lock. And that begets T. C begets G. I've definitely done several of these types of clashes. And then the reverse. G begets C, and T begets A. So first we got to calculate it forwards and backs. And then do a comp equals that for char in DNA. Comp plus equals DNA dict of char. There we go. So now we got to format it. Oh man. Rev equals false. Okay. Padding. Dash dash dash. Got it. Count equals 0. Okay. And we'll also do a return string. There we go. So now we're just formatting the output. Ugh. For num in range len DNA. So for as long as it is, that's how tall we're doing it. So return string plus equals, and we're also going to need an index. DNA index plus padding plus comp index. Okay. Count plus equals 1. So just going to need to tab these in because if equals 1 2 return string plus equals and also space space dot space space, so space space dot space space slash n. So this will be a rotating count. Every third one is just a dot. It's the pinched middle. Else do this stuff. Now oh man. Um, oh man, this is getting way too complicated. Let's see. So, oh, what's going on here? Oh, so uh, the reason what I just realized is there's space padding before and after this. So, in order to format this correctly, we would need spaces, empty string. So then it would be spaces plus that plus padding plus the complement of it plus spaces. Okay. So in this, I'm trying to make it not into this really ugly like six conditional else if else statement because this I'm already not liking this hard coding that third one, but it's there, whatever. So we're just dealing with the first and the second one, and then if reversed, we're doing the first and the second one, but instead we're pulling comp and then DNA. So, or, ah, I got it. Let's do a to add, and then to add equals this. If rev to add equals to add backwards, return string adds to add, and then it adds a new line. So now all I need to do is adjust, and let's take this out. Print return string, so that'll be our final product. Sliced it at -1, I'm sure, but because we're adding that new line every time. Now we just need to change spaces. So we already have if count. Oh. Spaces equals times count. There we go. So in the initial one, there aren't going to be any spaces, so space will be an empty string. But then as count goes up, let's see. Let's see how close we're getting. Okay, so index needs to increment here. Okay. And then padding needs to shrink 1. No. If count equals 0, padding equals 1, 2, 3. If count equals 1, padding equals. And I'm sure there's cleaner ways to do that as well. Let's see. Alright, now it just looks like we're not... Oh. We're not... If count is 2. We do that. And that looks like it's working. So every third one is just a dot. So we've got... Oh, wait, no. 2, 3, 1. Boom. 1. Boom. 1. So we never get to... How am I constricting that? Also, we're completely doing the wrong thing. Let's look at... So it should be... Yeah. And what? No. Why? Never mind. Hold on. Okay. Nope. I'm forgetting another thing. It's not dot, and that would be okay. We got to keep track, so it's almost like it's rotating like this, and then you see either the DNA or the complement one as the singular value on these lines. So that... Oh man. So I think to do that, you would want to keep track, or I could keep track of whether it's flipped or not, and then just have like a boolean, and then if it's flipped, and then toggle that. But right now, we're still having an issue with... It builds the first part correctly, I think, right? You know, it goes C, C, G, T, A, and then C. And so right there, I don't want to be hard coding the dot. This needs to be, you know, if flipped, pull from DNA, else pull from comp, and then spaces would increase. Or, oh, spaces still legit. We could do spaces times, and since it would be 2 count, it would be 1, 2 space in front, the letter, and then... Okay, so... actually, so I would put that right here. Spaces equals a space times count. So then we don't really need it there. So regardless of whether it's a single or double value, but then if count is 2, if flipped, return string plus equals spaces plus DNA at index plus spaces else rs plus equals spaces plus comp index and 20 seconds. Not gonna get it. So that would do that, and then you would just... Yeah, Caillou. I think for this one, hard coding might have been the easiest way. But we'll go ahead and turn in what we got. Yeah, that was a very messy, ugly clash. It was fun. My current code. Yeah. Is that what you did? You just hard coded everything? Yeah. But it works, and you got it done quickly. So you had a dictionary, and then... Nice. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'll go ahead and share my code. It doesn't work, but you can see the logic through it. Let's look at some Ruby. You know, if you want to make your head hurt. Alright, so yeah. So it's almost like you're mapping them to numerical values here? No. Is that a dictionary in Ruby? I have no idea. Let's not look at Ruby. I like that hard coding. Like I should have just dedicated to that. Like just done it. But that is a way to do it. And then yeah, C and then D. So you've got your complement, you've got your DNA, and then yeah, yeah. And then for each of the levels, because we knew it was always going to be a certain amount of them, and then so if you're just changing the index, I like it. Let's see some C++. plus plus. Okay. Mm. Looks like they hard coded the spaces too, so you're outputting that and then the inner padding. Now, if it, although I say that, but they've got modulo stuff going on, so it's like, huh, yeah. Plus, they do the brackets on the next line. Not a fan, but I do want to start doing some more C++. plus plus. I miss it, but I don't know about any of this stuff. So that looks like how you get the dictionary for it, and then but you're mapping chars to chars, and then doing the M. So is that? I guess that's just how you do a dictionary in C++. Plus plus. I don't know, but yeah. Oh, definitely a fun one, and I wish I could remember the names of these. We could look them up later, but whatever. Let's go for another one, and then yeah, because I still have like 80 some to go before I get that badge, so I got a few of them to do. Oh, we got a few people on now. Let's try to get Mao in here. Oh man, I've got so many of these chats, which you all can't see that because it's off under the our stream chat. Oh wow, this one filled up. Okay. Alright, looks like the fastest. You are given emails of a very specific type. Your task is to determine whether or not is email address valid. Okay. Parts equals, and we're changing that ugly thing to E equals E dot split it on the at print parts. Let's just see if we got that correct, if that works as I'm thinking it does. Okay, so we've got then a dot. Okay, so we've got to split it even further. So there's a couple ways to do that. You can do that the long way, and then, well, let's look at the test cases, see which one makes more sense. Because as I'm doing it, I'm splitting it on the at sign, so I get the first, the second, then I could split the second even further and make sure that it has that. However, what I'm thinking is we just need to check to make sure everything is alphanumerical. It has an at and a dot. I think that's all the. So let's just do a valid equals true for char in E if char dot is alnum if char not is alnum, I think valid equals false. If valid, print that, else print that. What are we printing? True, false, lowercase. Okay. True, false. So now we just gotta toggle the controls to see. Okay, so for some reason it doesn't like 2 and it doesn't like 5. What's going on with 2? Okay, so alright, no. The way we're doing this, we gotta do a first, second, and third. So let's actually do first equals that, second equals that, third equals that. And an index equals 0, while index is less than length of e. While and target equals that. Let's see. So got another way. While target is not does not equal. I've had troubles with this, but we'll just do @ first plus equals e dot or e of index. Index plus equals 1. Okay, so that should suck up everything into the first, and then index plus equals 1 to move it over the thing, while target e index. Okay, and while target is not equal to dot, which equals second target. Okay. And then another index plus equals 1. And then while index is less than length e. Oops. Target equals e at index and third plus equals target, if I could spell target right. Okay. Oh, whoops. Let's take this way in. Okay. So now we can check the conditions. Actually, first I want to do a print first, print second, print third, just to see if I'm getting the right things. Oh, infinite loops. Jeez. Index plus equals 1, and index plus equals 1 here. So this is forcing it to move through and analyze each char. Okay, so we're getting the dots. Well, we can do that. First equals first. We can be lazy. And then now is third actually getting, oops. No, third equals. So let's try that again. Oh no, 31. Nope. 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 What? Sorry, we didn't get three O's in that one. That's why I was thinking. So that chops off the, and then same thing here, we could do second equals second. I mean, that's lazy programming. I should figure out like my indices. And then this one, let's actually do that. Uh-oh. Sweet. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, D, E, F, G. Okay, so we're missing that. We got the third part right. Then this one. So what we need to do... Really? That doesn't seem right, though. Well, I guess it is, because we got A, B, C, D, D, E, F, G, and then D, E. So we've got first, second, third, and then do our checks on that. So then... Alright. Okay. 1 to 9. Let's see. So now let's go ahead and comment that out and then do our checks. So if len first is greater than 1 and len first is less than 9 and first dot alum, no, where is it? Dot is alum. Oh wait, we don't actually need that part because we're... Okay, never mind. So if we're just checking that, wait. Equals equal, or no. It's less than or equal to 1 or greater than 9. There we go. Valid equals false. Now, doing that 3 more times. Only now we're doing second. And what are we trying to check? 1 to 7. So still less than or equal to 1, but now for greater than 7. Okay, now then the third. Third has to be between 1 and 3, so wait a minute. It can be 1. So if it's less than 1, or if it's greater than 3, okay. And we got a lot of moving parts in this too, so let's see. Do we get it? No, not quite. And I also want to say it's because of this. Because that special symbol, yep. So if you look at test 2, that special symbol is the, I think that's pounds? Yeah. Or euros. I don't know foreign currency. I know dollars. Sorry. Other than that, though, we got them all working. Except for the first one. What's wrong with the first one? I don't get it. So we're getting a false. Let's comment that out and see. got it. I don't think or char equals dot or char equals. I mean, I think. Let's try that. No, why is that one? Something in the test one is not alum. Close. So basically, let's see if that does it. No, now we break other things. Okay, so why? Well, now we're breaking two. Let's see. Underscores. Wait, I don't. Well, this one makes sense. It's got a special character in it. I guess I'm just not understanding Islam. Then, so, oh man, we're gonna get a partial on this one too. So I think I'm just misunderstanding how to target alphanumeric. So, basically just, yeah, I'm not gonna finish it. How I would finish fixing this though is account for, what is this, underscore, and then, oh, no, yeah, underscore, because it can be numbers, it can be letters. So, okay, let's see a cleaner Python version. I think it's still catching up. Can I see it? No, not yet. Not yet. There we go. Ooh, some regex. Nice. Nicely done. So, if it... Okay. So if it matches the pattern, it's valid. Otherwise, it's not. Yep, here's the length checks. And then... Oh, so you're doing the first one split on the at sign. Okay, so that's what I was initially trying to do. And then you split it further by splitting the second part, E, into that. Yeah, but you're using is-alum. Let's see. For I and B. Then again, you're checking, it looks like you're just checking the inner parts, not including the at sign or the period. So, hey, what's up, Money Gas? Welcome to the stream. And then you got mine. It's just super long and like 3 different algorithms going on there too. Okay. So yeah, a much sloppier way to split it. You could have just split it on the at sign and then... Oh, well see, I'm not actually very good at regex. I know what regex is, and I understand how to read regex to a point, but using it, like, especially in a clash, nah. You're right though. That would be the cleanest way to do it. It's just like how you did. Let's pull that up again. Just straight regex. That is basically what the challenge is looking for, is pattern matching. You know, that's like the cleanest way to do it. However, as far as like clash, and I hardly ever use regex in my programming, which is kind of shameful. I should do more, but there's more the thinking of splitting it and then analyzing it longhand, I guess. Many ways to do it. Let's see, did I look at the C++ one? This is... Okay. Same thing, they're splitting it on the at and then splitting it on the dot. Is alnum is a thing? Okay. Yeah, I think that's all I was really missing. Let's see. Yeah, yeah, and I could have looked up the regex. Just when I get going one way, I'm kind of stubborn with it, so, I mean, but yeah. Actually, this could have been one of those really easy ones, the first look, or if you looked it up, because I've had one, what was it, where it was trying to tell how many days were in a month based on the year, and there's a function, a built-in function in Python that just returns the answer. You don't have to do any thinking about it, and I was able to look that up, so I could see it being like this is a regular way you would check the regex of a email address. So I'm sure if you looked it up, there's probably some answers out there that are like, here's the regex to check an email address, or here's the regex to check a phone number, or stuff like that. So that's fun though. I mean, I haven't seen too many regex clashes, but then again, you can do like Caillou did. This is what I was trying to do was analyze the first one, analyze the middle, analyze the third, check that alanum or alnum. So I think my problem was is I was including, yeah, it was like my targeting of the scope of each part. Either way, but not last. So I mean, I got 40%. Oh, whoops. Looks like this one filled up quick. Oh, we got Carpin in here. Oh, and Malwal got here. Nice. I was gonna invite him or invite you, but we got it. Uh, let's see. Hey, what's up, Chad? Welcome to the stream. Just doing some clashing for a change. Let's see. I know that's ugly, but let's see if it works. Yeah. What? Did I finally get one? Got it. Alright. I'll go ahead and wait a bit. So, actually, I'm gonna go get some more water. I'll let you guys finish clashing. That one's a pretty straightforward one, but I shall be right back. Let's go to the be right back screen. Love those transitions. Alright, so well, they're still going. Let's see. Guess we can go ahead and clear some of these out. Oh man. I was gonna say, let's see how many clashes away am I from that 500 mark. I just don't want to make it lag so much where it chops the stream. Okay, we're actually getting pretty close. Got, what, 77 to go? That's not bad. So, yeah, I might run this one to a 3 hour stream. Maybe. We shall see. Okay, about the regex. Nice. Let's see how everyone's doing. Oh, yeah, there's still 10 minutes. It's kind of. I'll go ahead and do another clash while you guys finish that one up. Or we could look at my ranking. 53. Although I think it's not always. I don't know. Maybe that is accurate. Huh. It's not all that good. Then if you look at the people, yeah, Carbon's like 122nd. Yeah. So. Hmm. That's another thing we could do while we're waiting. I don't know if I want to do two clashes at a time. Let's see. Let's go back to the playground. One thing I was gonna add is stream cipher. So eventually, in example algorithms, we've got rot 13, rot n. I still got to change that to where if you have a extremely negative key, so if you went like negative 300 something, there should be like a backwards compatible modulo feature to it. But I'm going to do stream cipher. I'm working on that next. That's going to be the next algorithm. And then maybe some sorting algorithms. I don't know. Still need to add data structures too. I don't have trees, I don't have graphs or anything like that in there. So, you don't get it? So think about evens and odds. So like for each number, if it's even, you do something. If it's odd, you do something else. Yeah, binary search trees. Those gave me a run for my money. Actually, I barely passed algorithms and data structures. I had to talk to my professor. Um, oh, what's going on here? But like I understand the concept and how you recursively search down one until you hit the root, or not the root, the leaf node, and then build it all the way back. But I don't know. That and graphs. Like graphs, same thing. I get it, where you keep track of the visited, and then yeah, I don't know. And then what I've been working on lately is I'll be staring at. I'm trying to still fix C++ because now that someone's published Playground doing, yeah, it's just the make files and compiling it that's giving me troubles right now. Oh, so are you in school right now then, Chad? Are you doing? Yeah, data structures was hard. When I was doing it, I was doing computer architecture and data structures at the same time, and I was focusing so much of my time on computer